We're in open session, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Right. Let's see if we can mark up Kambi Mwangi with your. Can you
Just mark, if you know where it is on the map, all you need to do is simply mark Kambi Mwangi on the map. Thank you.
So we can see that's just below Calipet's primary school. We see that area. And there's another place, Canby Thomas. Can you mark Canby Thomas for me, approximately?
At least I'm being confused by this name, Calipet, because to understand of my knowledge, it's Kabiemit, not Calipet. So
Yes.
I don't understand this group.
Well, Google aren't perfect, as we know. So, well, Google made this map. There's a big company in America, a long way away from Kenya, so they probably got the name wrong. So we'll bear that in mind. Just what should it be called?
I'm sorry, it was confusing.
Okay, he's asking you what's the name, the correct name you think it should be. You just mentioned it. How do you spell that?
Okay. It's K-A-B-Y-E-M-I-T.
Mr. President, the difficulty is that if the witness is using this to find his bearing on the map and therefore mark what is being asked of him, it might be that that name that he's mentioned also needs to be plotted somewhere on the map. It might be that he's finding a location to the right of this particular school. What I'm saying is that school, Calipet, might be the correct school, and it might just be that the school he has mentioned doesn't exist on this particular map. We don't know. It's always confusing, these maps.
All right, but we can move on.
Yes.
Witness, are you saying that as far as you know, there is no primary school called Calipet's Primary School?
No.
Right. So we have now, let's see how much headway we can make.
Well, my understanding, and I don't want to give evidence, is it's named after the owner, but it is in Kapiamit, which is the place that the witness has indicated.
So it is the same place?
It is the same place,
All right.
same location.
All right. So now the witness prefers, it makes him better, he feels better with Kapiamet?
Yes, and he's correct. It is Kapiamet is the correct name, I'm told. But in any event, for his orientation, and he's been doing very well. I must say, it's not easy looking always at maps. You've got Kapchumba Primary School. You can orientate yourself with the other places as well. You've got the Uganda Road and Moi University. So you were going to help us also with Canby Thomas.
So there's a drawing appearing now below what was drawn earlier as Kambi Mwangi. Witness has drawn another area a little lower, southwest of Kambi Wangi.
So we've got now two circles, or perhaps more sort of bean-shaped indications of the two places. And on the left, as we look at the sketch that the witness has marked, we have Kambi Mwangi, and to its right, and the bigger area, is Kambi Thomas. Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. And right now, before I think we can probably leave. Let's leave that map there for a moment, and let me just ask you. Got one marked somewhere. Yes, can we go back, in fact, now to tab 16. So we need an exhibit number for this particular annotated map in the defence list.
Any objection?
No objection. Can I only suggest that just for the future, if they could be marked A, B, and so on, so that these locations are actually identified, we might just have a memory to go by.
Well, I agree with my friend. I've tried to describe it on the transcript, so when we come to it, we can see from the transcript we've got one small and one bigger. But if we can give them numbers, let's give the smaller one number 1. Mr. Witness, can you write number 1 on Kambi Mwangi and number 2 on Thomas?
It looks like screen has moved on.
All right.
Are you able to? I'm talking to the court officers. All right. Let's. Can you bring it back? All right. Let's move on. Council described on the map. We're going to introduce now as an exhibit. The larger drawing is Kambi Mwangi. The larger drawing is Kambi Thomas, and the smaller one is Kambi Mwangi.
And that brings us up really to the lunch break. A few more maps to go through.
Okay.
It's time consuming, but I must say for our part, I'll regret that it wasn't an exercise perhaps done earlier, because it's difficult to follow evidence unless one has a proper orientation, particularly as we've heard. But I've got a few more plans to do.
Well, we're adjourning now for lunch. We'll come back at 2:30. Witness, you will have your lunch break now, like the rest of us, and we will meet again at 2:30. The blinds will come down so that you are escorted out of the courtroom. You are still on the road.